Hi, I'm Ryan Fabian, and welcome to Terrifying World. I'm going to talk to you today about the organized response to the Black Death. Plague gave rise to a theory called contagionism. It was the world's first system of public health, and it was perfected and elaborated upon in subsequent centuries. One of the plague measures was that of the health magistrates. They were a brand new authority. They could do whatever they wanted to you, whenever they wanted to you, whenever they felt like it. But they often wasted resources and were counterproductive. One of the other plague measures was compulsory burial. Everyone had to be buried, and all their personal effects had to be burned. This was a big problem. All the priests were dead. All the grave diggers were dead. There were dead bodies everywhere. This was a very hard one to enforce. Another one of the plague measures was control of movement. The control of the movement of people by quarantine and lines of soldiers. If somebody tried to cross one of those lines, they would be killed. And in turn, another one of the measures was to keep infected people inside. Their houses were boarded up, and they would have guards posted on the outside to kill anybody who would try to escape. And then there were the lazarettos, the pest houses. They were these barrack-like places of horror and death. They were locked and crammed inside there to keep the townspeople from breathing in the bad vapors of their infected bodies. People were taken to the lazarettos by carters. They were health workers with a rather insidious job, only to come and take people away to these places of death. The carters were almost as feared as the disease itself. These people were just the worst. They could force healthy people to pay up. They would extort them, and they could make a lot of money in the extortion racket. You know, pay up, or else we're gonna come and take you away. Great cities started to look like ghost towns. But these measures were effective, especially after the 17th century. Cities like Venice had huge fortresses where they would impound ships and their crew and keep them there for 40 days, doing weird purification rituals to rid them of the deadly miasma. In the 18th century, the Habsburg Empire initiated a permanent cordon, 10 to 20 miles wide and 1,200 miles long, with up to 12,000 soldiers during times of epidemics. And it was because of lazarettos and quarantines and cordons, deployment of the military, and bureaucratic actions. And it was because of the shy brown rat replacing the big bold black rat, climactic cooling, some improvements in the standards of hygiene and the standards of living. Finally it goes away thanks to these measures. Aren't we great? Almost. It comes back. It comes back a few centuries later. And we'll talk all about that next time on Terrifying World.